First sale of the week is a Depop sale. Smaller sale, but like I said, I don't mind smaller sales if I get a lot of small sales. You know, this one, I really like the style. So I picked this one up on a 50% off sale. It's from the brand Orvis, which is funny because I'm wearing my favorite Orvis shirt today. I actually got this one, like one of my very first like ever ThredUp orders. And I started ordering from ThredUp in like, I think 2018. I've had this that long, no holes. I wear it all the time. So I stand by the quality of Orvis. This is a 2XL and it's super soft. It's kind of like a mint green. It's so soft. It's a polyester rayon spandex blend. So soft. V-neck. Like I said, I got this on the 50% off sale at one of my local thrift shops. So I paid $1.99 for this. I was kind of surprised to see no one had picked it up, knowing like it's a pretty reputable brand. Again, like I said, like I knew I wasn't gonna get a giant turnaround for my $1.99, but I had a feeling it wouldn't take too long to sell, especially this time of year. I felt like all those things. I had this listed for $20, expecting less than 20. So on Depop today, someone sent me a $14 offer, which I accepted, which gave me a profit of $10.84, and this one sold in 33 days. Okay, so yesterday I had 3 sales come through, and they all were pretty exciting. The first one was a very fast sale, which I had a feeling it would be fast because I saw a lot of sold online, and it's my Tush Baby. If you're not familiar, Tush Baby is kind of like it's kind of like a baby carrier, but it's more like a baby and toddler carrier where you like can put them on your hip, and it's got like a fanny pack and everything. And this was one that I had bought for myself, and then actually the Tush Baby company had reached out to me, and I was a partner with them for a while, and I made a pretty decent amount of money in referral, link, money, stuff. So I've already way made my money back on my Tush Baby through just being a referral for their company. I had it listed for $50. So I think retail, they're like $80, or I think 80 is like the lowest cost. Some of the other patterns, but I just have black. I think when I got it, they only had black and gray. Like they've expanded a lot more since. Someone offered me $35 on eBay, and I really didn't want to take that offer. So I countered back with $42, and then they countered back with $38, and I was like, you know what? I'm taking the $38. So this sold in 3 days, and I wound up with a profit of $30.86. Next sale, super fast sale. Went to a rummage sale on Saturday and got everything posted. Well, I got like 90% of everything posted that day, and this one sold on Sunday. So really fast sale. This was probably the thing I was the most excited to find. When I saw Madewell in 3X, I think I leapt across the table. It has a name. I found the name in the stock photo online, but so it's like a V-neck, but it's got like these buttons down the back. Of course, when I went to photograph it, I realized there was a stain, and I couldn't get it out. I think it could potentially be a bleach stain. You see it right there. So I did disclose that, so I marked it a little bit lower than I probably would have otherwise. Listed it for $19, and then yesterday on Mercari, which I feel like Mercari is so quiet for me lately, someone sent me an offer for $15.30, which I accepted, and I had only paid $2 for this at the rummage sale, so I wound up with a profit of $11.24 on a one-day sale. And this sale is actually another one of my personal items. This is a bra that I bought in, I'm gonna say 2023. I had gotten it on Amazon. The brand is Dobriva. It's not a brand I'm familiar with, but I was able to find like the Amazon listing photo, which has like the different versatile ways that you can wear this. So you can wear the straps a bunch of different ways. The reason I had gotten this is it has a really low like back, so I was able to wear it with like a dress that I wanted to wear to a wedding. So, and I'm fairly certain that's the only time I've ever worn this bra. So I had it listed for $20, and then last night on Poshmark, someone sent me an offer for $18, which I accepted. So I wound up with a profit of $14.40, and this one took 63 days to sell. I just had a sale come through when I was on my way to the post office that just put like the biggest smile on my face. Another item from the rummage sale sold. But this is one of the things where I was like, Scott and Phoebe were with me, and I was like, oh, why don't you guys go over there and look at the shoes? And Phoebe came back with this pair of flip-flops. And like, I was like, oh yeah, let's get them. And Scott was like, seriously? And I was like, well, they're Reefs, which is a very well-known brand. They certainly are unworn, size 10, like, why not? And they sold in 2 days. They charged me $1 for this pair at the sale. I listed them for 20. This morning I got an offer on Mercari, again, another Mercari sale, for 16. So in 2 days I made a profit of $12.58 on Phoebe's find. So go Phoebe. I just had what I would consider my best sale ever. I'm so like, I don't know how this happened to me. So I went to Goodwill today and I saw these, and I've heard so many people say that a lot, like vintage kids overalls with like embroidery and stuff, it sells really well, and that like Winnie the Pooh is one of the ones you really want to look for. And not only did I find this today, but this was like the color tag of the week, which means it's been there for a while and no one else has picked it up. But it's an 18-month. I didn't see any that were this exact style either. Like there was a lot of different sold variations of Winnie the Pooh, and I was really struggling at what to list at because like, I mean, all the sale prices were all over the place, and I was seeing a lot of like in the $40 to $50 range. So I was like, I'm gonna list at 55 because I'm guessing people are gonna start throwing offers at me. And like as soon as I listed these, I was getting likes on Poshmark, eBay, and Depop, and I was like sending people offers, and I had somebody ask me like what's the lowest you'll take. And all of a sudden, someone outright spent $55 on Depop, of all places, for this 18-month Winnie the Pooh little overall thing. Actually, I've never listed kid clothes on Depop before because I didn't know if like that was a kid's place, really. But because these were vintage, I know Depop is a really good spot for vintage stuff. So I was like, let's try it. I can't believe it. Like I said, I just got these today. I spent $2.13 at Goodwill on these. Someone bought them for $55. I made $50.23 in profit on these. I needed a win this week after last week, and I feel like I can finally breathe again. They're so cute. They're just so cute. Like literally even the little buttons have Pooh's face. All right, I'm gonna get these ready. Okay, so I had 2 sales last night. I will say one of them was not good. However, because I've had such a good week, especially with that overall sale yesterday, I'm actually okay with what happened, and I'll kind of explain why. The first one came through on Depop, and this is a romper from Princess Polly. I don't know if I'm gonna keep picking up Princess Polly. I always have a lot of interest in it, but I feel like it doesn't actually sell. This is the first one I've sold, and it's a size 12, and it's a Swiss dot bubble sleeve romper. I really messed up when I thrifted this because it does have a stain right here, and I thought I'd be able to get it out, and I wasn't. I had it listed for 35 for 64 days, and you know, I'd had interest in it. I'd sent out offers, nothing came through, and then on Depop someone asked me if I'd take $20 since it's stained, and I said yes. I had $5 into this, so after 64 days I did wind up with a profit of $13.64, and like I said, I just think unless it's like $1 or $2, I think I'm just gonna stop picking up Princess Polly because I just don't think it's worth it. Now here's my biggest oopsie of my entire thrifting experience, honestly. And you can learn from me, but I don't know how you can learn from me in this one because I really messed up. This is like my biggest mess up ever. And I don't think this haul's up yet, but I found this dress at Goodwill yesterday. Same haul that I got the overalls in, which is why I'm okay because I've already made all my money back from that haul. So it's fine that I made this big mistake, but brand new with tags. And the first thing I did was I took a picture of the pattern, and I realized that it like would sell for a lot. And like, for some reason I didn't look at the price tag. I don't know how I missed that, or I just assumed it was like their regular pricing. They priced this up to $18, which I didn't even realize until I was filming the haul. And I was like, I looked at the tag and I nearly had a stroke because not only that, but my Goodwill does not accept like returns. I know some Goodwills like will do returns in exchange for store credit. Mine's like final sale. And I was like, oh boy. And then like I was looking at comps and I was like, oh my gosh, I can probably list this for like $60, so I can probably make my money back. It's okay. I get everything set up. I go to take pictures of it and I realize the sleeve is complete, like somebody took a pair of scissors and cut the sleeve up, like marked all over it. And I'm like, the dress is ruined. And I just sat and like stared for a bit in complete like stress. And I was like, I spent $18 on a destroyed Lily Pulitzer dress. What am I gonna do? And then I took some breaths and I said, you know what? Everything else about this is in immaculate condition because it is brand new. There are crafty people out there. I'm gonna label this as a DIY project that someone who's either really good at sewing mistakes, or maybe someone can make it into a short sleeve dress because it is beautiful. Not really my style, as I'm not a bright pink floral girl. So I was like, I spent $18. I'm gonna list it for $25 because that's still a good price for a brand new Lily Pulitzer dress. And I'm gonna call it a DIY project. I listed all about the information in the description, and somehow Curtsy. Haven't heard from Curtsy all month of April. Last night, someone on Curtsy sent me a message and said, if I pay the full price, will you cover shipping? Shipping was $5.95. And I was like, you know what? Yes, I will. Because it sold in hours. I wound up losing $1.93 on the sale. But like I said, with the overall sale, I already am doing well with this haul. I've made my money back. Plus, I bought lots of other good stuff yesterday. I'm just glad to recoup some of the money and not have been $18 in the hole on this. So now I'm more like I'm less than $2 in the hole on this. And you know, at least maybe someone will give this a new life. Thinking of the planet, trying to think positively about this. Last week was a really bad sailing week, but I'm having fairly decent sales this week, so I'm okay. Everything's okay. I thought I was gonna be stuck with this forever, but in less than a day, I was able to at least get it into the hands of somebody who's hopefully crafty. Didn't think it was gonna be on Curtsy because I thought my Curtsy was dead, but yeah. The gold at the end of the rainbow, we'll call it. Well, I have two very fast sales to ship tonight. This first one was a eBay sale that came through full price, which is always super exciting. So this was a shirt that my dad had sourced. It was in a recent haul, and I said I was very confused when he first sent it to me, but then I did see it had, this brand had some pretty interesting sales on eBay. The brand is Imaginary Foundation. And what's funny is I actually couldn't find this exact print. So it's this astronaut, but I had only seen it in short sleeve. I hadn't seen it in this like 3/4 length baseball sleeve. It's an extra large. I know nothing about this brand, but I did list it for $20 because that seemed to be what I was seeing people selling it as. And within 8 days, it sold for $20. This was a haul where I did a average cost of goods from everything my dad had sourced. So I had the cost of goods on this shirt as $4. So I wound up with $12.06 in profit after 8 days listed. And this one was actually something from my personal collection that I sold. So this is actually something I bought on Amazon like 2 summers ago, and I only wore it once and just didn't love it. So it's from the brand Sukolan, and they are a size medium, and honestly I was just gonna donate them. They're these like overalls. They're black. They're like a cropped length, wide leg, got these giant front pockets. But I looked at the tag here and I realized that it's 100% cotton. So I was like, oh, it's actually like a decent fabric. It's not like a polyester. So I saw like similar listings for like cotton overalls in the like $20 range. So I was like, what the heck? I'll list them. Easy enough. And someone liked them today on Poshmark, and my Poshmark BA sent 10% off with discounted shipping. And that was accepted, and in 7 days these sold, and I wound up with a $12.08 profit on something that I was just gonna donate anyway. So 2 good sales today. So I really thought that last portion was gonna be my last sale for the month of April, but I was eating and a full price sale came through and I nearly like pooped myself, you know? I just got this at a rummage sale over the weekend. I couldn't believe that I only paid $2 for this. So I don't even think it has a brand like this. I looked that up and there was nothing. It's this shirt, this denim shirt. It has like wear here, but I think that's just like what happens to denim that's been folded over. But oh my gosh, it's got these giant embroidered pockets. And actually the person who wound up ordering it, I think she's like a preschool teacher, so she teaches like Phoebe's age. And she's very excited to get this. I listed it for $30. It sold for full price. I only spent $2 at the rummage sale. So I wound up with a profit of $24.38 on this. And this one sold in only 4 days. So I was very excited. Good morning. The first sale of May is a small sale, but it was a really, really fast sale. So this was a hard good I had picked up in the thrifting haul that I had gone on with Scott. And it was just like this velvet jewelry box. It was $1.99 at the thrift shop. I mean, I was able to clean it up, but there was still some surface spots here. I saw this doesn't have any type of like labeling on it, but similar ones were sold in the like $10 to $20 range. So I did list it for 20. I had sent an offer out on eBay for I think like 15 or 16, and they had countered 12, which I accepted. So this one actually sold in only 7 days. And after fees and everything, I wound up with a profit of $6.63. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be picking up similar things in the future, but it was a nice fast flip. I had 3 more really quick sales come through today, which is great. First one, actually the first 2 I have no money into, which is even more fun. This one is actually one that my sister-in-law gave me last weekend. I went through a bunch of stuff she gave me, and most of it I don't think I'm gonna list, but this one I did because it's a polo shirt. It's like the Ralph Lauren line, RLX. I listed for $20, and I got a $15 offer today on eBay, which I accepted. And I only had this one listed for 2 days, and I made an $11.73 profit on it, which was great. This next one is another pair of the low-rise Y2K shorts that I got from Facebook Marketplace for free. So these ones are the brand WF by Wallflower. They have like the whiskering in front. They've got these buttons. They've got some stuff going on the butt. These are really easy to quickly photograph and list. They are a size 7. So I listed these for 15. They were liked by a lot of people on Depop's. One person accepted my $12.80 offer. So these gave me a profit of $11.67, and these ones sold in 6 days.
It's for you to eat.
Thank you. What did I do to deserve this?
One's for me, one's for Daddy.
Oh, thank you.
It's because you play with me. Because I love you, and you love me.
I do love you. Thank you.
Why's that stuff there?
Because I haven't gotten to list it yet.
But why?
Because I'm always busy.
Yeah, I mean. Hi.
Hi. So I was going to show them the next thing that sold. This we got at a rummage sale. Remember when we went to the rummage sale? So this is now the 4th. Hello. This is now the 4th thing that sold from the rummage sale. I didn't recognize the brand. Oh my god, what's happening? Minx USA, and it's a 3X very colorful poncho. I listed it for 28 because I saw a lot of similar ponchos listed around there, and today on Depop someone sent me an $18 offer. Quickly accepted it. I had $2.
When you're gonna eat it, eat all of it.
Okay. So I accepted that. I only had $2 into this. This sold in 3 days, and I made $14.64 on it. So out of all 3 items, my only investment was $2 into this one. So a fun sales day. Little sales, but a lot of little sales I'll take. Okay, I have 2 orders that came through. One faster and one slower, but both are great still. Again, they're smaller. I'm a gift wrapper, so like packaging, the packages is super like therapeutic, and like I just put on a YouTube video and like I actually like the packaging part. So I'm totally good having like a lot of small orders because it's like my quiet time. So the first thing is from a video I haven't posted yet, but I have a haul coming up of stuff that came from my parents, and this was actually like my dad had gone to an estate sale and gotten a lot of belts, and I've probably listed about half of them now. This one had so much interest in it. I was kind of surprised. It's Perry Ellis. It is a men's size 34. It has very minimal wear, but I think it's because it had this ending, this like silver tip. I think people really liked the style. I was having a lot of interest specifically on Depop, and last night someone sent me a $13 offer. I only had it listed for $17. I accepted, and yeah, so this sold in only 2 days, and I made $10.93. Did I say my dad spent $1 per belt? And I always like pay my dad back when he sources for me. Other thing is something from my collection. It's one of the very first things I ever listed, and this is a bracelet my mom had gotten me a couple Christmases ago. It's the brand Lisa Leonard, and it's this cuff. It's got like let love grow, it says in there, and then there's like love with vines. I don't know. I don't really wear a lot of jewelry, and I will be honest, like I got rid of most of my jewelry before we moved, like especially like on my like more like costume jewelry, junk jewelry. Like I don't really have a lot of jewelry. So I went through and I saw this, and I was like, I kind of looked up the brand, and I saw like people seem to like it. I listed this for $30. Someone sent me a $20 offer, and honestly, after all the fees and shipping and stuff, the person wound up paying $27 for it anyway, so I was totally fine accepting the $20 offer. I wound up with a profit of $15.91 on this bracelet, and this one took 75 days to sell, but it's super small, easy to store. Yeah, so that order came in as I was getting ready, so I'm about to head to the post office, so let's do it. I just had a full price sale come through on Depop, and it's something from my own collection. So this is from American Eagle. It is a size large, and it's like this cropped length little Hawaiian tropical flower shirt. I actually got this in like, I think 2021, not long after I had Phoebe, and I bought it on ThreadUp. I definitely didn't pay much for it, but like it is really nice. Like it has these like, these cute buttons. Like it's really cute. It had a lot going for it. It's in pretty good condition. It only had like one like tiny little pull in the fabric. But other than that, great condition. I didn't really know what to expect from it. I listed it at $18, and like I said, it was a full price sale today on Depop, which was, I didn't expect it. It wasn't something that was getting a lot of attention on my other platforms. And yeah, that was super exciting. I definitely would not have paid $18 for that on ThreadUp. I know that for sure. So yeah, after fees, I made a profit of $16.71, and this one took 11 days to sell. So lots of fast sales this week, which is perfect by me. Happy Saturday morning. I do have two final sales for the week that came through last night. First sale was another Depop sale. Definitely have a lot of Depop this week, which is great. I do really enjoy selling on Depop, which is so funny because starting out this whole journey, I didn't think I was gonna like Depop, but I actually really do enjoy it. So this is a women's leather belt that my dad had sourced for me for $1. It's almost in like new condition, but it did have some markings on the leather, and I didn't see a brand on it or anything, so I didn't list it too high. Depop, I did have it listed for $14. I sent a liker an offer for $11.90, which was accepted. This took 2 days to sell, and I made $9.86 in a 2-day sale for this little belt. I like flipping belts. I think it's like one of my favorite things to sell, honestly, because they're so easy to photograph, and the measurement is like literally just measure it. It's really easy. My next sale was another curtsy sale. 3 curtsy sales this week, which is crazy. I thought my curtsy was dead. I was literally like on the borderline of like shutting it down. So this is a pair of work pants that my sister-in-law had given me. They are from Gap, and they are an 8 extra long. Just like a very like more like wide leg styled like classic work slack. I really wasn't sure what to list them at. I did list them at $25, and this was a full price sale, which was very surprising and exciting. This is not the first time I've seen like a longer length pant sell fast. I think that is something that people actively search for on the secondhand market. Now this was an extra long. It's the first time I've listed something that was extra long, so I'm not really sure how much of a difference the lengthing is, but like I said, full price sale, had it listed for $25. So after fees, I made $21.78, and this one only took 8 days to sell. So lots and lots of quick sales this week. And before I package these up, I can go through my totals. So for this week, which was April 26th through May 2nd, I had 20 sales. 11 of those were in April, and the rest of the 9 were in May. My sales total for the week came out to $450.76, which is like double last week's sales, which is excellent. My profit on those sales was $310.23. I only had 2 Poshmark sales. I had 5 eBay, 2 Mercari, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Depop, and 3 Curtsy. Lots of like differences there. And then we can go through totals for now the end of April and what we're looking like for May. So for the month of April, my total sales came out to $1,625.66 with a profit of $1,020.51, which is excellent. And now May, we're just the first 2 days of May, so it's really not much May. But after May 2nd, my sales just for May are $166.78 with a profit of $119.86. So I'm already over $100 in profit after 2 days in May, which is wild to me. And our totals for the year. So right now, if you're new here, I just started this journey mid-February, so I'm very new to reselling. So for the year 2025, my sales are $3,476.36 with a profit from those sales of $2,269.37. So I'm having so much fun. I've tried to do a lot of different like business ventures over the years, and this one is definitely like the most fulfilling, and I'm just having a great time, and I can't wait to see what kind of sales we have this coming week. See you next week.